Hello everyone, welcome back to the You Like That podcast for another week. My name is Jack, I am one half of the You Like That podcast.
And my name is Adam, I am the other half of the You Like That podcast.
It is Sunday, it is Father's Day. We're going to talk about a new movie that was made 5 years ago.
Yeah. But first, let's just say Happy Father's Day to all fathers out there. Keep doing you, keep being men.
There is no way on earth my 61-year-old father watches this.
Neither would mine.
Absolutely no way.
If unless this was, put in like the Fast and Furious movie, my dad ain't listening to it.
We do call each other dad, though.
That's true.
Not one of us is the delegated son.
No, we're both son and dad. So, Happy Father's Day, Dad.
As it goes, Happy Father's Day. Yeah. Not much happened in the news this week.
Not much, yeah. So I'll just address it first. Didn't do another news episode because there's no fucking news.
Nothing happened. There's no movies coming out next week, so...
Yeah, I'm going to remove the news segment for the moment being.
Until there's news.
Until shit kicks in or there's actually some news worth talking about. I figured it's like starting up this podcast when we did.
Yeah.
It's during a pandemic, so then I went... No, there'll be news. And I'm like, it's just the same fucking trailers being recapped. And I'm like, okay.
It does look like we'll get Bond this year in November. They seem pretty confident. I think Tenet helped that.
Yes, well, updated figures is Tenet has done about 55 million in the box after its initial international release. And
Disney threw in the towel and Milan's going to be free in December anyway.
Yeah, they blatantly put that in there. $34.99 for your initial
in Australia,
payment.
That's a lot of money.
They did say once you buy it, it's completely rewatchable as many times as you want, but they also say it will be, however, free in the coming months.
Yeah, so
they sort of shut themselves there, being like, look, you can pay for it now for a ridiculous price, or
wait a couple of months.
And you're gonna have it for free.
Honestly, I don't know why you buy it now. No one's that desperate for a live-action Mulan, are they?
I've heard a lot of good things that it is a really good movie.
It's fantastic, yeah.
But I'm just not paying $35 for it.
Okay, yeah. So that's the news.
That's the news.
The thing we knew was coming out is coming out, and Disney sucks.
Black Widow, it still has a release of the end of October that we know of so far, well, that I've seen at least.
No trailers, no posters in the theatre, though.
So. The Event Cinemas page does still have it in there as the end of October, but... everything changes, much like the movie that we're about to talk about.
Yes, which brings us to... So let's talk about this in segments. So we're doing the New Mutants, which is an X-Men adjacent movie.
Yep.
I was going to look into the comic history, but then I watched the movie and went, I don't care.
Yes, straight away.
So I'm super interested in this movie still.
Mm-hmm.
Not because of the movie at all. Because of the trajectory it's had to get to where it's gotten to.
Yeah.
So it existed before the Fox Disney buyout.
Yep.
It was the last little dingleberry on the contract. Disney had to release it in theaters.
Yeah.
Which was, they were just going to shit it out at the end of Australian summer, American winter, which is, you don't release movies then. They were just going to be like, under the rug, and we've done our bit. Then COVID happened, and Disney was still like, well, we're already we could make money off this, maybe. Possibly. Reviews permitting, that doesn't look like it's going to happen.
No.
They couldn't just dump it on Disney Plus. Contractually, they could not just dump it and bury it on Disney Plus. Because the other X-Men movies are apparently they're hard to find on Disney Plus. Disney's a bit embarrassed by them. They don't put them on the front page.
Yeah, no, they've just got the X-Men collection set, but it's all the way down and all the way to the right. So it's going to be one of the last things you can get into.
So where are you with X-Men? Where do you come from with X-Men?
I was a fan from X-Men 1 and 2.
X-Men 2 is phenomenal.
Yeah, when they were early around, so I was much younger, and to me they were just cool action-y movies.
Yeah.
So as a smaller kid, I'm like, yeah, this is sick. This is fun. And then X-Men 3, obviously. And then I was pretty scattered after there. I watched Origins with Wolverine.
Whew.
Yep.
I shamelessly love that movie.
I didn't see the Wolverine, and
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the
New wave.
I don't even know what to call it. The McAvoy.
Which even then, like, Fox gave up on that, but again, they wrote themselves into a contractual hole and had to finish the
I just
saga.
never got into it after the original.
Well, everyone heralds First Class as this brilliant movie, but I don't think it's very good. I don't like it. I don't believe the cast, and I just don't think.
See, that's what I didn't get, because as soon as it came around and the timeline started getting fucked up, and I read about it, and I'm just like, this just sounds like a fucking shit fest.
Yeah, I liked Days of Future Past as a movie, but at the end of that, they do go, different time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like, we can do what we want now.
And then was Apocalypse was supposed to be? It was a massive failure or something as well.
Apparently, it's just not very good. Yeah. And then they did Dark Phoenix, which is just the X-Men 3, The Last Stand again, which was awful back then. Yeah, I saw that in theaters, like, when it was a new movie, and even as a dumb kid who liked everything, I was just like, ooh, hang on.
I don't think this is actually any good.
It's not very good. Casting, they never really got it right except for Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
as Wolverine.
They just stuck
which is like perfect. But everyone else, they were just like, whatever, just anyone.
Yeah, I don't know, because I think even McAvoy as Professor was a bit of a weird one.
Yeah, he just wasn't great.
I'd say Fassbender was a pretty decent choice.
Yeah, but he just didn't have much to do. Yeah. Like, he's Magneto. He should be front and center, but he's just like, I'm Michael Fassbender. I'm going to wear my tracksuit. I'm on a train for some reason. Yeah. I didn't watch the last two. I haven't seen Apocalypse or... What's the last one called? We're on a train. We were going to be in space, but we had to rewrite it. We're on a train. That's what it's called. X-Men.
That one.
We're on a train.
That's what we know about the X-Men.
And then Logan, which just isn't an X-Men movie. It's The Last of Us.
But, they just went, hey, let's
Wolverine.
just give Hugh Jackman a chance to swear.
Nice send-off, yeah.
Patrick Stewart being all dementia and...
they go, So it was clear that they only believed in Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, because they're like, we're going to give him a really good movie as a send-off, and then we're just going to shit out X-Men We're on a Train, and that'll be it. Then we're done. Fox, Fox doesn't exist anymore. It's all Disney. So.
Disney Fox.
But somewhere in that timeline, a little horror movie crept up. A little X-Men horror is happening.
Yes.
Holy crap. Young cast, exciting cast. It's going to build a whole new franchise of weird, interesting, sort of one-shot movies that are sort of connected, but directors will have different cracks at it.
Yeah.
Called The New Mutants.
Yeah.
That was, and this episode is going to be a lot of me looking at my phone, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there is a bit...
There's a fantastic article on, of all places, Entertainment Tonight online, which is generally... John Boone, thank you for this article because you did all my work for me. The guy who wrote this, John Boone...
Josh.
No, it was John Boone, but the guy who directed this movie is Josh Boone.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to say. I'm just like,
that's so weird.
I thought you were just fucking getting it wrong already. Okay.
Maybe his brother's doing free press for him or something.
Yeah, he's the only one who could fucking follow along with his 5-year pattern.
So in May 13, 2015, 5.5 years ago, this movie had already been announced, but it got a director.
Yeah.
Got a director and a co-writer in Josh Boone. Josh Boone. the writer of this article really threw me. So May 13, 2015 to April 15, 2016 is when the script got finished.
Yes.
So it took them a year to write the script.
Yes.
11 months. Then we get our first release date in 2017. So that's another year between script completion and a release date. April 13, 2018.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Plus the idea started in 2014 as well. This is when Josh Boone first had the idea of creating this and bringing it towards the studio.
So what's the date? Today's September 6th, 2020. And we've just seen it.
Yeah.
So, we saw it on the 4th or whatever. Rosario Dawson was linked, which is awesome. She's the best. person ever. She's the most attractive person ever.
She's really good.
She was going to be in it, and then June, the next month, she was like, yeah, no, I'm out. So we get the current one, which no one cares. So September 16th, 2017, it completes filming.
Yes.
So that's...
I'll just add a quick one in here because I had some extra notes in here as well during that time there.
Yeah.
So initially this film was supposed to take place 3 years after the events of X-Men Apocalypse.
Okay.
Was the original idea. They also had written in James McAvoy's Professor X into this movie as a significant role, as well as the new chick that plays Storm.
Oh, yeah.
And Colossus was supposed to take place in this movie as well.
Oh.
So during this period now, they were written into the script.
Yeah, right.
So a quick one little there. They're not in the movie.
Yeah.
But they were written in as significant parts in this film.
Yeah, because then they just flipped Colossus to Deadpool, and Deadpool 2 because they both happened in this time.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
If you like the Tenet episode...
2 Deadpool movies in that time blew out of the water, like crazy successful movies.
Yeah.
And this movie's in the background going, running up the hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
They mentioned...
it was also basically, by the end of 2017, those characters were then written out of the script.
Yeah, okay.
So they were in there for probably about a year and a bit in the script, and then they were completely written out.
Yeah, I thought it might have been Professor X. They don't say Charles Xavier. He goes, why, when he's sitting in a wheelchair as a joke.
Yeah.
But they never say Professor X. They never say... But then they go, oh, we could be X-Men. We're going to be X-Men.
Yeah.
And they keep saying X-Men, and I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. Anyway. So the first trailer comes out in October of 2017, and it's full-on horror.
Yeah.
Full-on, this is a horror movie. It's going to be really fucking scary. Probably not. Still, we're on track for April 2018, and then in January 11, 2018, so 3 months before it's supposed to come out, 3.5, gets its first delay.
Yeah.
And they delay it a year, 13 months. They delay it to February 2019.
Yes. Which was to avoid the clash with Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2.
And then also during
this... Which is true, because...
During this time also was the first plans of reshoots for this movie. They screen tested it with Fox. They said, yep, that looks good, but let's try and shoot more for the young adult aspect of this.
Yep.
Then this was shortly after the success of the It remake, they realised how great young adult and horror films work, so they decided to stick with the original idea with Josh Boone and focus more on reshooting the horror aspects.
Yeah.
So more horror.
Yeah.
Young adults and horror now works, proven by It.
Yeah.
Let's focus on that now.
The problem with this is also Maisie Williams aged very quickly. Mm-hmm. It's the same problem the It movies had with Finn Wolfhard.
Yep.
They had to reshoot, but puberty affects people differently.
Yep.
It affected Finn Wolfhard overnight. Maisie Williams also got substantially older in these 5 years. Like, she was a kid when they hired her. She was a little child.
Yeah.
So that was January. It gets delayed to February 22, 2019.
Yeah.
Then in March, two and a bit months later, it's bumped 6 more months again because of Dark Phoenix.
Because of the Dark Phoenix release.
X-Men on a Train. It's called Dark Phoenix. We got there in the end. We do our research here on this podcast, all right? Yeah. I would... We could have sat here for 3 hours making up names for the X-Men movie. I never would have said Dark Phoenix.
You know what's funny? I think you said Dark Phoenix during this beforehand.
Did I really?
I think you did because you said you went and saw it in the cinemas or something. Or
no,
I remember you said something. Oh, maybe you were just mentioning Phoenix herself and not realizing that's part of the title of the movie.
maybe it's just in my subconscious, and I just knew it was called Dark Phoenix.
It was in your head somewhere.
Oh,
somewhere it was in there.
I do know about movies. I know everything about movies ever.
Yeah. So that's another delay.
Yep. So mid 2018 reshoots. So Maisie Williams was...
So this is where the big reshoots wanted to happen. This is where the studio has now said they now wanted to reshoot at least half of the movie. They wanted to be reshot.
The direct quote from the head-ups are, make it scarier.
Yeah. Because the studio also wanted this to be more distinct than like Logan and Deadpool 2. But they didn't want it to suffer the same way that did, in which they blamed the director for. It was not their fault, it was the director's fault.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, I didn't see it. No, I heard it's really bad.
What was it again? Sorry,
Fantastic Four, the reboot of that.
One of the most atrocious movies I've ever seen in my life. It's horrible. It's a horrible, horrible movie.
Yeah, so after these big announcements of the reshoots and that, is then when you get the Disney acquisition of Fox in May 2019.
Yeah, and everyone just went, okay, it'll go straight to streaming. There was a rumour that it would be scrapped entirely, but no studio on Earth would ever just scrap a movie that's already been shot. Yeah,
not that far through.
You cannot imagine that happening. No.
They'd be fucked.
So, yeah. New Mutants gets its 4th release.
Yeah.
April 3rd, 2020.
This is like a longer, extensive version of Tenet. This is the plot of Tenet actually spanned out over 5 years. Yeah.
This is an official... So we get another trailer in January of this year.
Yeah.
Teasing a demonic bear. Revealing new power.
The demon bear.
So still not... That was less horror-y, that trailer.
Yeah.
But that was still like... it
was still trying to show like a darker side of what to expect from this.
Yeah. So people got to look at it at the end of January this year. They did screenings.
Yeah. And by March, the filming was completely done. The movie was ready to be released.
In March. It's September. We are recording this on September 6th.
Yes, because if you remember what happened through March, COVID.
Yeah. Everybody said we did... This is March 9, 2020. Josh Boone comes out. Everybody said we did reshoots. We've never done reshoots. And I'll tell you this, if there hadn't been a merger, I'm sure we would have done reshoots the same way every movie does pickups. We didn't even do that, because by the time the merger was done and everything was settled, everybody's older. Which is, so that's conflicting.
I still think Maisie Williams looks older in this than she did in Game of Thrones, though. So I don't know if he's talking out of his ass.
Yeah, you never know. I've only seen season 1 when she was a little child, so... coronavirus delayed indefinitely. So March 12th, they said, fuck it.
They didn't bother changing any date.
But that's not a meme on this movie. Everyone did that.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone this was that point where every other movie was just like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, can't do it.
May 13, 2020, The New Mutants gets its 5th release date. August 28, 2020. We saw this September 5th.
Yeah. Which I think that's still accurate then, because then that would have been a international release. It would have been like a fucking German release or something. For some reason they always get their movies a week early. And now we're here. August 12th, Basically it's just more posters, more teasers, more trailers.
IMAX, they said it was going to go to IMAX.
And just slowly getting the anticipation ready again for this movie to come out. And now we got it. And so firstly, Josh Boone as a director.
Yeah.
He's the guy that directed Fault in Our Stars.
Don't know what that is.
Fault in Our Stars is that movie that was all over Tumblr with the...
We have cancer and we're in love.
Yes.
But we have cancer.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
He did that. Not much else.
Yeah.
Budget of $67 million. Not terrible.
Okay. Yeah.
For a comic-inspired movie. Its current in the box is 12.5 million back, which during these times it's hard to gauge what's fucking good return in the box now. It's too hard to try and any returns on this. And I'll quickly run through the cast with us here because there's one in here that it's going to surprise you when I tell you. So we have Maisie Williams who plays Rain, aka Wolfsbane. I've got their X-Men comic character names as well, who they represent.
Yep.
Anya Taylor-Joy, who's Ileana, aka Magic. She was also in The Witch, Split and Glass.
Yeah, she's great.
She's
good. Really great.
She's fucking annoying at the start of this movie.
Yeah.
You hate her.
She's the best part of this movie.
But she's really good.
Because she's,
Charlie Heaton, who plays Sam, aka Cannonball. He is the older brother from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
With a
He's
southern accent.
This as well. Everyone's
don't mind him.
alright in this.
The actors are actually pretty decent in this. Elise Braga, who's Dr. Reyes. She's in I Am Legend, Predators, Elysium.
Yep.
Good. Blue Hunt is Danny Moonstar, aka Mirage. She's the younger one, so younger Native American girl. Had a couple runs in a few TV. The Originals, Another Life. Yep. Henry Zaga, who plays Robert, aka Sunspot. Again, just another little, not as well named actor. Had a couple episodes in 13 Reasons Why and Teen Wolf. And then this is the one that I stumbled across and went, oh, I'm sorry, what? Marilyn Manson. Yeah. He voices the Smiley Men.
Oh, of course he fucking does.
Which is just the noises.
No, he fucking didn't. Yeah, no, he didn't. He just like...
That's what I found.
He did a song on the soundtrack or something. They were like, put him in the credits.
Yeah, if he does a little weird scream, make that dead noise. But
yeah,
that's it was credited to that, so I'm going to chuck it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the main cast. It's not a massive cast in this movie. There's not as many people on screen. It's just a couple kids with some mutant powers and a doctor trying to control them.
Yeah.
And a demon bear.
Yeah, so 5 delays, 5 release dates. This movie comes out and it's the most middle of the road, forgettable. It's not terrible. It's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
I
went harsh on it. I instantly said it fucking sucked, and then I realised I was just bored, and it actually wasn't bad.
It's short.
It is an hour and a half.
We do talk about short movies a lot.
It's just surprising for something like this.
Yeah, but there are many problems with it.
There are many problems with it. So
the main one being, which makes it forgettable, is there's no villain. There's no real reason for this movie to happen.
No, it's not given anything from the start or by the end of it.
Yeah, other than it being an hour and a half origin movie for this team, which we're going to get more movies.
Yeah, maybe.
Here we are.
Maybe we will.
Maybe. But yeah, there's no... Yeah, nothing really happens much.
No, so it's a lot more inner demons and
Yeah.
Personal fears and...
Learning how to use your powers, but everyone already knows how to use them except Danny.
Yeah, because she's not too sure what her power is to begin with.
So it's the same facility from Logan where the kids getting taken, is that right? I don't remember Logan.
It's it is, yeah. We're just jumping straight spoilers into this movie. Your non-spoiler review is that this is just a boring.
Oh, you're not going to go and no one watching this is going to go and watch it.
You're not going to. Don't waste your money.
God, no.
Yeah, so the facility is because when Danny's having that flashback or going into that memory against Dr. Reyes, and she sees all the kids being, you know, like...
Which looked really familiar. I wonder if that's...
It's from Logan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the whole time I was watching, I was just like, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I thought Resident Evil. I was like, this is like the Umbrella Corporation or something.
Yeah.
But then I was like, nah, it has to be one of the X-Men movies.
Yeah.
I just didn't remember it.
Yeah, straight from Logan.
There we go.
So, yeah, just the whole pushing the kids around, them using their mutant powers and shit, and putting them into cages and whatnot. Yeah, that's just taken from Logan. So, same sort of facility that we're looking at here.
Yeah. It's not really clear what Danny's power is. She affects the environment from within people's minds, but
so she can basically
also affects the real environment.
Basically, she can just manifest people's fears or desires and use that against them to torture that person, essentially.
Which is where you think the horror would have come from. They were so desperate to push the Smiley Men as something scary.
They were pretty much the driving force of the horror aspect of this movie.
But it looks terrible, and they're not scary. It's funny. It's the It Chapter 2 thing where it's funny.
Yeah.
Like the big lady with swinging tits. You're like, I'm not scared because
exactly
it's so stupid.
So, as referencing the Smiley Men, this is Ileana's fear. It's constant flashback memories of her as a small child, hiding under her blanket, and this weird, tall, lanky man in a probably 3-button down, popped open collared shirt, with a smiley mask on. long fingers and shit, and tattoos all over their body.
For some reason.
Yeah, that drives horror.
And they never say it, but you assume sex trafficking or whatever. You assume something horrible like that.
Yeah, it's something, and she's, made them up to be these evil, demonic-looking characters.
Yeah.
So, like, everyone essentially has a fear in this movie. So that is Ileana's one. Danny's is this hurricane broke through her family's reservation that they're staying in, kills the whole town, and she comes to realize that it's the demon bear that's done this. So her fear is this demon bear. Sam's one is his father died in a mining accident, which is brought up to be it was his fault. Because his power is the whole thing, he can take off really fucking quick like a cannonball.
Yeah, but he can shoot as well, like shoot.
Yeah, so
Sonic
obviously
power.
he's done something to cause a mining collapse and kill his father. Robert's one is he can absorb energy to a boiling point, become too hot, turn into fire and just molten lava. Can't interact with any women because he gets too hot, end up burning one of them and killing him. So he has his fears of this burning corpse.
Which is just Rogue from the first X-Men.
Yep, pretty much.
She kisses old mate and he gets all life sucked out of him.
Yeah. And then Rain, who is... she can turn into a wolf. It's in the name, Wolfsbane. Scottish religious girl goes to her priest to try and pray this power out of her.
Yeah.
Thinking that it's something more religious than anything. And he ends up pretty much beating her near to death.
It's a demon.
Yep, because he says it's a demon because religious people are fucking whack and have no sense in their brains. So her fear is the priest coming back to brand her again as a witch.
Yeah. So Danny, I don't know, accidentally figures all that out and makes it all happen for real.
Yeah, so she doesn't know her power, so the whole thing through this is they're trying to find what her power is, and as this is happening, she's just sleeping, and then all these other people's fears are like remanifesting and hurting them again, and you're just sort of like, does she just bring nightmares with her, or like, or all these, like, is there a reason that these things are happening? Because it's not really,
it's not clear.
It's this movie is not clear from the start.
No.
I find this movie to be very boring from the start.
Yeah.
Like, you're really not presented with fucking anything.
Nah. Danny's like, I'm going to kill myself, and then doesn't. So she falls in love with Rain because Rain brings her back in and goes, hey, look, I'll show you around and you won't kill yourself.
Yeah. Or we could have both killed ourselves. Who knows what would have been better.
That's a nice message, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, fuck, just bring across double suicide in this fucking movie. Sure, why not?
Yeah, and it's such a small cast. They're in this massive fuck-off school, but there's only 5 of them, whatever.
Yep. 5 of them and 1 doctor, and it's like...
And then they explain that away. They're like, everyone else has already gone to the facility. And they're all X-Men now. They're not. They all get tested on or whatever.
Yep.
So then the nurse is going to kill Danny because they find out she's uncontrollable. Her power is too strong.
Too powerful.
So you think, okay, the nurse is the villain now. She just dies.
Yeah.
So she's not the villain, and then the villain is Danny's demon bear.
Yeah.
Which looks alright, I guess. It looks quite fine for a movie that was made in 2015.
Yeah, it's a big black bear with red eyes.
I liked Ileana's effects. All of her action stuff looked really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I reckon.
So her whole power is she has sorcery abilities, can basically teleport and summon the soul sword. It's that whole...
And she looks great, her eyes light up and stuff. It looks really cool. Yeah. I reckon.
And she has her little dragon companion, Lockheed.
And she's also, like, the best actress in it and the most interesting, so...
Yeah, she's Russian, so...
But then, you get your typical teens in a co-ed situation. They all hate each other at the start.
Yep.
Then they all like each other except the new girl. And then they have a drinking night and they're all friends again. The second they become all friends, the big threat happens. Of course, that's how this movie plods along.
Yeah.
That's what happens. the nurse dies. The bear doesn't do anything.
She calms down the bear basically, and he just sort
of. The bear looks like it'll do something. Does some cool damage. Then you find out, they didn't need to learn to control their powers. It was always in them, and they just needed a bit of bravery. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Like Roberto. He's like, oh no, I don't want to do it, I'm scared. And then someone's just like, nah, do it, Bart.
Nah, you'll be fine, she'll be fine.
Yeah, literally just do it, Bart.
You can't hurt her. And then they just run, he's like, okay.
He's like, alright. And then he doesn't even shoot fire, he just picks up a pew.
He just turns himself into fire, but then it's a very quick fire, and then he just turns into the molten afterburner, where it's just all charred and there's a little bit of fire breathing through him, and picks up the church pew.
And he does look, he looks alright, in the pool scene, when he's fully charred and fiery, he looks alright. But it's literally on screen for about 4 seconds.
Yeah.
He pushes him in. But yeah, you don't care about any of these characters, you don't care.
Not enough, no.
You don't feel a connection. And you know what, there's no threat that, these movies always someone nearly died. Because Danny's just fucking asleep for most of it, so she doesn't nearly die. No. So there's no real, big emotional moment. Big emotion triumph. Yeah. And I guess that's what they wanted Danny's arc to be, is she wakes up and controls the bear. But she didn't earn it, she was asleep. She didn't fight hard for it. She
let the bear come out, it's just
But I guess, I guess the triumph is they all know how to use their powers now.
They all come together and...
They all leave the school together, so they're all buddies. Everything's fine. That's it.
That's it.
That's what we waited 5 years for.
There's so little throughout this whole plot,
I wasn't offended by it. I was like, yeah, fine. I'm watching it. It's fine. I didn't feel like I was wasting my time, but it's such a nothing movie.
I feel like I hated this movie more than you did, though. I think this is the first time I can say I hated something more than you.
I honestly did not hate this. I think it is bang in the middle of just fine.
Yeah, I don't know if your opinions on movies are starting to change after doing this podcast, man.
Really. But I mean, we're coming.
Or I've just got my expectations too high, and I just
maybe. But I just don't give a fuck about the X-Men. I didn't like First Class, and I saw X-Men 3: The Last Stand in theaters. I didn't even know I knew the name of the last one, but apparently I did.
I think they just need to focus more on stopping all these X-Men movies and just focusing more on the other lineup of characters that, Marvel and Disney have under their belt.
I'm just waiting for Blade.
Oh God,
I can't wait for Blade.
That's gonna be so fucking good.
But this movie, it just was not meant to be put in theaters. It's such a straight to streaming movie, but because of the contract, they had to put it in theaters.
But it's even then, it still seems like it would be that lackluster streaming film. I feel like even...
Oh, you wouldn't finish it. If it was on streaming,
even if I watched this at home on Netflix or something, I'd still be like, meh.
Or you would just mash the skip forward 30 seconds. That's what I do if I'm not paying attention to a movie. I'm just like, alright, skip forward a bit, see if something's happening. And then I'll grab the scroll bar and scroll. Is something happening? You would absolutely do that with this movie.
Yeah. Because you fucking can, because barely anything changes through this film. So the setup through this whole film just basically just goes, alright, they're in the facility. They all have a bit of an argument. One of them goes into solitary. The night comes, someone's nightmare happens. Next day. Yeah. The doctor is helping them again. They get angry, they fight.
And if the note from head office, or whatever, the studio's head office, if the note was from the studio was make it scarier, and the dream sequences in this are supposed to be scary, how fucking not scary was it at the start? Because the dream sequences, they're not scary.
No.
The tall men are not scary.
No, they're laughable at.
There's no jump scares at all.
None.
No.
No, unless you're really on edge on a movie. Yeah. But there's no loud, the score isn't loud.
Yeah, no. The problem, there's no jump scares because the movie doesn't pull you in enough. It doesn't make you do that. You're just sitting there.
That was a big lacking point. The score is there. If you want to have horror, the best way to
6 Maltesers
draw something in this,
you are anywhere else.
It's just, either you want to go...
Yeah.
Want to be scared, and this one you're just sitting there cool.
Hey, look, a bear. Why?
The bear came in
their
through.
necklace is a bear, and it's a metaphor for
I knew that
bravery.
bear was coming because I can hear the dong, dong,
yeah,
and then
Yeah, but the nurse is just like, her intentions aren't even that clear.
She sort of seems like she's on the path to like wanting to be the good guy.
Well,
and
as the audience, she should be. You should be like, oh, she's actually doing right by the kids, and then they show some sinister stuff. But
it's like, it's not even that, because when she gets that email saying,
killer,
very dangerous threat, collect more DNA, and then terminate, she looks at that and it's sort of like she's hesitant to give her confirmation to do it.
Yeah, she's like, oh no.
So it's like she has some humanity in her, but then she just goes and gets her and puts her on the table and just starts giving a speech about, sometimes you just got to put something down. Here you go. Strapped to the table, and then it's
you
like,
remind me of my
good.
dead dog from my childhood. Like, that's essentially what the speech is.
I had to kill my dog, and
now
you're the dog. See how this works? Ha ha ha!
Yeah, and you don't believe that any of the cast like or dislike each other.
Nah.
It really feels like it was the first day they met. Every time they were on set.
It's just kids, and it's sort of explained like how long the other four are in this like facility for.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, it sort of seems like they've got their own little like knowings of each other, but like they don't all come full gelled together until Danny comes into it and they have this big...
Oh, the nurse has powers as well, we forgot.
Oh yeah, she just makes force fields.
She can do sweet shields.
Yeah, so she puts up a whole dome over the facility.
But it seems like she can crush people to death in the shields because she's doing that at the end. She's like,
go sleep.
And the bear's like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing, is that she fully gets chomped by a bear.
She does get pretty yeeted by that bear.
Yeah, so the bear just comes into the fucking wall of the hospital, chomps on her a little bit, swallows her, and she dead.
Yep. And that's the New Mutants. We waited 5 years.
There's not much to say about this movie because there's nothing else that, is worthy to talk about.
Yeah, the problem is if this came out in 2015, it would have just come and gone.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, hey, it's that meme movie that we never thought was going to come out.
And then
it'll just come and go. I do not imagine this will still be in theaters next Thursday. I reckon they'll pull it straight away.
No, they'll have to keep it. They'll have to keep it to make numbers.
Yeah.
And have something in there.
It's not gonna.
I know. The issue now is they wanted this to be a trilogy.
That's not happening. God,
what do you do after this?
No. Dump it and run.
You just leave it.
Yeah, because if it's a young adult movie, young adults aren't going to see this.
Nah.
Well, they might, I guess, if they're bored after.
Yeah, but if they do, then they're going to go like, I don't want to watch another second version of this.
Yeah, I'm not invested in this. Again. Yeah.
I don't care about this.
We were fucking around, like throwing food. Like, we weren't paying attention. So, yeah, it's just an anomaly. And it'll be a historic movie because of how fucking weird the release was.
The great thing about Ileana as well is that her brother is Colossus.
Oh, okay. Did they mention that in the movie?
No.
Okay. So I didn't know.
But it'd be one of the reasons as to why Colossus was going to be written to the script originally.
Okay, yeah.
But then scrapped to be into Deadpool 1 and 2. But I read a bit of the backstory, and then she is the sister to Colossus. So
okay.
X-Men knowledge for ya. Don't know much else.
They could fold her into, because Anya Taylor-Joy is having a great career, a fantastic career, so they could fold her into Deadpool 3.
Yeah, if that ever happens again, because they keep talking about it possibly not happening because Disney suck.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, if they do a Deadpool 3 or a X-Force, or... Yeah, it's just Deadpool and X-Force,
just fucking anything, because it depends. Well, it comes down to what they decide to do with Deadpool at the end of the day. That was the biggest thing. When they acquired the rights, they were like, nah, it'll be fine, as long as, Disney know that this is the market that they're going for with Deadpool, then it's all going to be well and good. And now, fucking, the dude that wrote him's just like, no, I don't even know now.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
You wouldn't release Ant-Man and the Wasp and Deadpool under the same, Disney would not do that.
It's very hard, because you can't put Deadpool onto Disney+.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it just can't happen.
No. Yeah, if
no
kid accidentally stumbles on that, it's like,
no kid scrolling through it being like, ooh, Deadpool. Yeah. And he goes, hi, fuckers.
Like, the first thing he does is, shoot his own balls off. Like, Jesus.
Yeah. Best opening to the third movie.
But she is the only one I could realistically see popping up again.
Yeah.
As Magic, whatever her name is.
Yeah,
Magic? Yeah.
With a K.
Magic with a K. K-M-A-G. That joke works better on paper.
Yeah, it definitely does work better on
But,
paper.
yeah, honestly, that we will never hear from this cast or this franchise again.
Nah, it would fucking take a lot.
X-Men. Oh, in there as well, in this time, Gambit was happening, remember, with Channing Tatum.
Oh, yeah.
And
That
that
was
got
fucking
cancelled. That's
talking for years about happening.
Extremely cancelled.
Yeah.
Crazily cancelled. Nobody wanted to do it except Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
And they tested the waters a little bit with the first X-Men Wolverine Origins.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, look, it's Taylor Kitsch throwing cards magically.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, okay. Cool, it's a Wolverine movie, and we don't even care about Wolverine.
They're like, yeah, but have you seen Now You See Me? That's all about magic and throwing cards.
You seen Now You See Me too? Guess
Good
what?
sequence.
There's a third one coming, baby.
I can't wait.
I didn't hate Now You See Me one.
I did. I loved it. I fucking loved that one.
It's pretty good.
It is a really good one.
Now You See Me 2 is really bad.
That one falls flat.
Is Daniel Radcliffe in that?
He's a bad guy in that one, yeah. And
that's why I
it's
wanted to
really
watch
weird.
it.
But the first one is brilliant just because what's it? Morgan Freeman is just hilarious to watch in this and trying to hunt down a bunch of magicians and like out them.
Yeah.
And just gets fucked over by the end of
it's
it.
like magic is like they're superheroes.
But Woody Harrelson doing something that's about being like a fucking illusionist and what is he do? Hypnotizer and whatnot. It's just funny because Woody Harrelson is he's just got a weird face and I love it.
He's just a crackhead, but a very lovable.
He's that crackhead uncle that you just like. You go to the family gathering, and you just kind of like, I want to like talk with him, but I know he's going to go on some weird tangent and make weird faces and noises.
A lot of his stories will start with "Don't tell your dad," but
pretty much.
Don't tell your dad, but
yeah.
Anyway, New Mutants. It's out. It happened. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's not very good. We'll never see any of them again, except maybe Magic, but probably not.
Yep.
X-Men 2 is really good.
Yep.
Days of Future Past, pretty good.
I might have to watch them.
I wanted to go back and watch X-Men 2 on this week, but
yeah, just fucking
I just honestly didn't.
Fuck it.
I wish I had a better story, but I simply did not.
Let's just jump into some questions, I guess.
Let's jump into some questions. I'm going to take a bathroom break. Are you going to edit it, or are you just going to vamp?
Braz, I will edit it. I'm going to edit it.
You are not going to edit it. There's no way you're editing it. Guaranteed.
42 minutes. All right. That's where it's going. So how you're going? Welcome to the You Like That podcast solo toilet break edition. It's been a long time coming for Jack to take a toilet break in the middle of a review. And it's weird. It's different. Kind of like it. Do I keep this portion of the podcast in so you can listen to this back and be like, he didn't edit it? Could do that. But then if I edit this out, me talking this whole time has proved to be nothing but useless. Waffling. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'll decide when I go to edit this. Could cut it out. No, I could leave it in. I don't know how long he's going to be going for, though. That's the big issue. See, the biggest thing about, trying to find the time and, make something work out of this, it's daunting on the mind. And I guess it takes some real class to be able to figure something out to say in between these. But I think he's coming back now, so I could safely say that we will be editing this out. Hey, welcome back to the podcast. Just discussing how I might edit this out, or I might leave it in for you to listen to.
I'm excited to find out.
Well, I guess we'll find out soon.
All right, this week's questions, we got very good responses this week. Thank you, everyone. I guess you all knew that
a lot of people coming up about. Maybe it's because of the meme you posted.
That's a great meme.
It's
pretty funny. I had a second crack at it because I got it the wrong way around the first time, but that's all right. A few people saw that.
Yeah. All right, I'm just going to go from top to bottom here from what we got. So let's start off with our boy Andy Shepherd. If there was one movie you could erase from your memory and watch fresh for the first time, what would it be?
Probably The Matrix.
Matrix. Yeah.
Because if that erases the 2 sequels as well, so I could just watch The Matrix and then someone goes, there was no sequels ever. That would be quite cool. Just any movie I like, really.
Yeah, I kind of want to go a bit more older, like older style, so when I was a bit younger and watching them and not sort of understanding of movies as much. Like, I'd love to be able to rewatch the Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring again for the first time, just because when I was first watching it, it took me about 3 weeks to watch it, because as a younger kid, in a 3-hour movie,
getting through one of those.
I get through an hour and fall asleep, and I didn't want to go back to that part. I'm like, no, I want to watch it all the way through, and I just could never do it.
Yeah.
So I'd love to be able to sit down now and be like, "Ooh, Lord of the Rings, what's this?" and then rewatch the whole thing and be like, "Fucking 3 hours."
Yeah, I'd like to watch the early superhero movies, like the first Spider-Man again, knowing what I know now, like seeing the entire MCU, and then being like, the first cheesy Spider-Man movie.
I'd like to be able to rewatch John Wick.
Yeah.
Because when I first watched that, I lost my fucking mind, and I just love to relive that again.
Yeah.
From when I first watched it,
I remember seeing that for the first time and just being like, "What is this? Like, where did this come from?"
Like, this is an action movie that's straight to the point. Like, there's no fucking around in this storyline. It's just bang, bang, bang. You dead?
It's a great movie.
I fucking love it.
Fucking great movie.
The whole franchise. I don't care.
Yeah,
all 3 movies.
My answer is literally just any movie I like.
Yeah. I'd say that. Jurassic Park. Again.
Yeah.
Maybe. Still probably be scared.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, we established that movie is fucking scary.
I mentioned it too many times, but this isn't the last time I'm about to mention Jurassic Park, so hold on to your seats. So yeah, I don't know. There's a few. You just want to revisit that experience if it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Because I definitely wouldn't want to rewatch like Slender Man.
No. Yeah, no. I tend not to watch movies more than once anyway. So The Invisible Man I watched.
I'm a serial repeater.
What was it? It was twice in the first 2 days.
Yeah.
And then twice when the Blu-ray came out.
Worth it.
In 2 days again.
Fucking worth it too.
A very good movie.
Alright, let's go to Gemma. Do you guys have a fave movie director? If yes, who is it and why do you love them?
Yeah, mine are no secrets. I've got 3.
Yep.
Edgar Wright is the first one, mainly.
Scott Pilgrim.
He does what he wants. He just does whatever the fuck he wants. And he is a huge movie nerd. And he's not afraid to reference his love of movies and stuff, but he's still got such a distinct youthful exuberance in his style of directing. Like, he's just like, he is so smart. Like Nolan is so like focused and bold. Like, his ideas are always so, where did that come from? Like Shaun of the Dead, you're like, okay, it's a zombie movie, but then Hot Fuzz and The World's End, you're just like, what?
Yeah.
What? So yeah, Edgar Wright is always going to be my first one. Second, Sam Raimi, obviously.
Of course.
Spider-Man, Evil Dead.
Of course.
Who else would it be? Drag Me to Hell. I love Drag Me to Hell.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you actually like that movie?
Yeah. I wonder why. It's Sam Raimi doing horror again. Yeah, it could have been anything.
I know, but I mean, Drag Me to Hell?
Yeah. It's bad.
It fucking sucks.
And I love it. Have you seen Army of Darkness?
No.
Okay, then you'll see why. If you ever watch Army of Darkness, you'll see why.
I have seen that. I have seen like the poster for it many times and been like, I need to watch that.
Yeah. It's odd.
I won't watch Drag Me to Hell again though.
And then of course number 3, Lee Whannell. He will go to number 2 if The Wolfman is as good as his last 2 have been. But he just needs more movies for me to say.
Yeah.
Like Edgar Wright I'm more confident with because he's done.
Yeah, he's done a lot
every
more.
Single one of his movies has been good as well.
I'd give Lee the honourable mention for mine.
Yeah, like with Lee I haven't seen Dead Silence or any of the Insidious stuff, so can't call it yet.
So for me, my first is Kevin Smith, just because he pretty much pioneered like most of my stonerish humour.
Slacker, stoner,
just
comedy.
He's
very honest, very earnest.
He's the guy that just goes,
he's very fucking funny.
Hey man, I think that's funny. I'ma film it.
Yeah.
And just gets, a bunch of
mates.
surprisingly big time actors. Like Ben Affleck has said to him many times, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for you giving me a shot in Mallrats and that.
Yeah.
And Chasing Amy and everything else that he's appeared in. And you know, they had a bit of a quiet time within the last couple of years, but then repatched that up, got him back for Jay and Silent Bob reboot, and became best friends again.
Yeah.
And got back onto it. But, you know, everything he's done is just all comical genius. So Jay and Silent Bob, Clerks, Mallrats, Dogma, Chasing Amy.
Yoga Hosers.
Tusk.
Red State.
Red State is probably the more normal in like a horror aspect than in like all of his...
Yeah, when you say normal and Kevin Smith, it's still not fucking normal.
Exactly. Well, actually, no, you say normal. Zack and Miri Make a Porno is pretty normal. That's just a normal
I like
comedy.
that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
That's the one that people go, oh, Kevin Smith did that?
Yeah.
Because you look at the lineup, you go, Seth Rogen.
And you would think it's a Judd Apatow movie.
Exactly right. Away. Exactly right. And you go, oh no, it's
now
Rogen.
that I know who Judd Apatow is. Yeah. Thanks, King of Staten Island.
Then I go Ridley Scott. So
Ridley
Scott. Alien.
Yep.
Pioneered that.
Oh, I'm thinking of Tony Scott, his weird brother who doesn't do much, but is also known.
Ridley Scott did Alien, Gladiator.
Yeah.
Did Black Hawk Down. That's one of my favourite war movies.
That's
a really fucking good movie. The Martian.
We watched Black Hawk Down in school, and I don't think the teacher knew how fucking violent it was.
Holy shit.
So we got halfway through it, and she was like, oh, this might be not a good idea. We're in fucking year 9.
No, miss, we're learning. This is great.
Hey, look, whatever. Year 9.
Yeah, just love those, you know, early ones that he did. More notably just for Alien.
Yeah.
That just, you know, he did that, didn't touch the other ones. Then he came back, did Prometheus, which was whack, but interesting.
Took a girl on a date to see that movie.
Wow, she must have been so confused.
She was as bored as I was. I fucking hate Prometheus.
Yeah, no, you sort of got to be in that universe, and even still, it's a harder watch. And then Alien Covenant, which was the comeback for Alien.
Did not bother.
Don't bother.
I've heard it's very bad.
Yeah, well, when Danny McBride doesn't die at the start and survives through most of it, that's when you look at it and go, ugh.
And all through Prometheus marketing, he was like, no, it's not linked to Alien, and then he just put Fassbender's David in it anyway.
Yeah.
But his name David?
Yes.
Yeah,
and then went, you know, it's kind of linked up, because in Covenant it's like, oh, it might be in there.
That first trailer for Alien Covenant was sick.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, holy shit, this could actually be good.
Yeah, then go watch it.
No way. Yeah, and then I read the first review and I was like, ooh. People did not like
my last one is Spielberg.
Yeah.
Iconically,
Classic.
Jurassic Park.
Indiana Jones, E.T.
Jaws.
What a guy.
He did, like, all the big classics. He did. And...
There's a reason you say Spielberg. When you joke about movies or talk about directors or anything, you just go Spielberg. His name is movies. Like,
yeah.
Genuinely one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
If not the all-time great.
Exactly right. He's very far up there. And then, I'll
watched the first Indiana Jones recently. Like, this is not a controversial opinion, but jeez, that's a good movie.
Yeah, well, I bought the series recently because I wanted to watch them all, and I think I started watching the first one, but...
They're another Channel 10 movie.
Yeah.
Like, they always did the Sean Connery one on, like, Sunday nights, and, like, I would see bits and bobs of it, so I was always just like...
But yeah, then I shout out Lee Winnell as well, because he is just the guy.
He is going to be our best
Shot glasses out. Again, we don't stop. We go to the main actor of any movie. What genre of movie would it be? We did have a question similar to this. Yeah, we had something
similar. I would love to be Tom. To just dangle upside down from a helicopter.
So you'd love to be the main actor of Mission Impossible, basically.
Yeah, 100%. Just like the cheesy suit stuff, and then just fucking yeet myself off buildings for no reasons. Like, he is insane, and I love it. And Mission Impossible Fallout is an incredibly good movie.
I haven't got around to watching that one yet.
Very good.
Fuck, I haven't seen a lot of movies.
Fuck, it's long though. It's a long movie. It goes forever.
Is it like Tenet?
No, it's not that bad.
Okay.
God, remember Tenet?
No. To fucking scrub that from my memory real quick.
God.
Yeah, I don't know, for me, like, I'd love to just be at the comedy. Just a comedy.
Just be yourself. Like, I don't want to act.
Just be something stupid, I don't know. Put me in Put me in Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be Jay. But I'll be Silent Bob. Because I won't have to say much. It's the make hand movements.
Easiest paycheck ever.
Exactly right. Alright, we're on to Lachlan. If you could have one of the X-Men's powers, what would it be?
Oh, that's a good question.
There's a lot of shit ones out there.
There are a lot of shit ones. Even Wolverine's is a bit shit. Like, he gets better because he can regenerate and, like, heal and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you could just have claws, what are you going to do with that? You do some lawn.
You gotta know how to fucking use them.
You'd be a landscaper.
You'd be a very... Well, yeah.
Storms would be alright. It's like, if you don't want it to rain, you're just like, get out of here.
No, I want to go to the beach today.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
What else is there? Ice Boy, Fire Boy.
I'd like Nightcrawlers.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You get to work really quick.
The little transportation.
Yeah. Start work at 9:59.
Yeah.
Show up at 9:58, 57.
Fucking A. That Deadpool. I'll just be Deadpool. It's a better healing factor than Wolverine.
Basically invincible.
Yep.
And you can crack wires while you do it.
Exactly right.
Zippy. Crack 'em wires.
Yeah, I don't know. The more I try to look through it, I'm like, fuck. Like, most of the X-Men characters, they're pretty much all the same fucking people.
Yeah.
No one's powers are that.
There's only really, 4 powers, and it's just, variations on those.
Yeah.
Like, you got Ice Boy, and then you got Fire Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got other people that can turn into flames, and it's like... Yeah. But are they the same? They're like, no. One burns at 1,000 degrees, one burns at 900 degrees.
And then the obvious answer is just Professor X, because he is completely omniscient. He can do whatever he wants. He can control people. He can read people's minds. He can see everywhere, all over the world.
But you'd be terribly bold.
You would be terribly...
And bound to a wheelchair.
That's right. I sit down a lot anyway. You remember in X-Men 3, they, Angel was in all the marketing and stuff? He literally just has angel wings.
Oh, yeah.
What a fucking
dreadful
power.
Chicken wings.
You can fly.
He looks like a seagull.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's got these enormous seagull wings.
Yeah.
And that's part of the movie. He's, trying to file them off and stuff, but it's just you just have seagull wings.
They had better wings in... Ben Affleck had better wings in Dogma.
I've never seen Dogma.
Exactly right. It's Kevin Smith, so...
Absolutely went nowhere.
That's fine. We'll go to the last one there. We'll go with Scott. What's the biggest piece of shit X-Men movie in existence in your own opinion, and why?
It has to be X-Men 3.
Yeah.
Just,
I back that.
There's too many ideas. To do the Phoenix storyline, you need at least 2 movies. And they didn't even really plant the seeds in X-Men 2, did they? Because that was all about Wolverine.
Yeah, pretty much.
They sort of planted that he's in love with Jean Grey, and then Jean Grey's like, I'm going over here.
Yeah, I'm going to do my own thing.
But X-Men 3 is just it looks terrible. It's not interesting. It's too long. It doesn't matter. And it's also somehow rushed.
Yeah, it's just not enjoyable, and it's... Yeah, if anything, it's forgettable.
I would imagine the last 2 are probably worse because of the reviews, but I just haven't seen them.
Yeah. So for what we've seen, we'll just say, X-Men 3.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
I imagine X-Men is probably shit just because of when it was made. It was the first one. They didn't know what they were doing. Yeah. It was the late 90s, so you had that horrible late 90s technology.
Yeah. Fucking A.
I would go back and watch them. Probably, maybe. At least X-Men 2, at least.
Make a plan out of it to watch them again, hopefully.
Not for this. I'm not talking about X-Men.
No. We're not doing an X-Men episode.
Until they recast and reboot it again, we're not talking about X-Men anymore.
With Hugh Jackman in it again still. But he'll never come back.
He'll fucking come back. He will.
He'll be like, I don't know. Who you getting to play me? Is it me?
Is it me?
It fucking better be.
It is now.
No, they're going to get Russell Crowe as Wolverine.
Oh, now that is something I would watch. But he's still fat.
Yes, in his unhinged body. Has to be like that.
Fat Russell Crowe is one of the highlights of this year.
Remember how good Unhinged was?
That was a great movie.
I still think about that movie.
I wanted to do an awards show at the end of this year.
Yeah.
But we can't, really, because there's been no fucking movies.
What?
Like, the best movie is Invisible Man, closely followed by Unhinged. Was there a movie better than The Invisible Man?
Fuck. Not better than The Invisible Man. Not this year, at least.
Quite like King of Staten Island.
Anyway,
we can't do an award show. Unless all the movies come out now. Like,
yeah.
Black Widow, No Time to Die.
The next 3 the next 3 months are pinnacle in what's to come by the end of this year.
We could go and see Rams, starring Sam Neill and Michael Keaton.
The thing about
Sick Sheep.
The thing I hate, because like every week we're going to the movies, and every week they show the trailer for Rams.
Yeah.
Every week I hide at seeing the fact of Sam Neill washing a sheep in his tidy whities.
Yeah, Sam Neill shouldn't be doing that.
And he's bent over and they're just white and wet, and I'm just going, ah.
Ugh. At least we know he didn't have to get bulky or anything with the next Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I know.
There's not going to be a shirtless reveal of Sam Neill. He's all jacked like Chris Pratt.
We don't need it. We don't need it. But yeah, there's not much coming out next week. There's Bill and Ted, which
I don't want to watch.
I don't really want to see it because I haven't seen the others, and it's just not going to make sense.
And then there's Mulan, but I'm not.
I'm not paying for it.
God no.
And the only other thing I saw was a movie called Becky with Kevin James and some chick.
I'm not watching a Kevin James.
I don't know, because it's like the chick has like blood on her face on the poster, so I'm like, I haven't even bothered to look at what the trailer is, so I don't even know if it's like a horror, an action, a thriller.
It's Kevin James. It'll be a goofy. He owns a zoo and talks to animals, and he rides a Segway. Oh, fat guy fall down. That's funny.
Yeah,
that's all his movies.
I think we're gonna have to find something old to do next week, or maybe a Netflix.
We'll do something.
We'll figure it.
Can't be Project Power because it's bad. We said we were going to do Project Power because I was excited for it.
Yeah.
Watched it, and it was bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
And on that note, I'm not going to watch it. So.
It's probably a good idea.
It saves me from watching it.
We'll figure it out.
But yeah. Alright. I guess we'll wrap it up here. That'll do it.
Yeah, The New Mutants.
The New Mutants.
It happened. It's a movie that came out.
Took 5 years to happen, and... Fuck, we've been disappointed a lot this year.
I think Bond is going to be good.
I am excited for
good.
Bond.
Yeah.
I have the Daniel Craig collection, so I will watch them beforehand. Because I haven't seen the last 3. I think I've only seen Casino Royale.
Okay, well that's probably why your opinion of Daniel Craig is so high. Skyfall rules. And then I didn't see Spectre either. I didn't hate Quantum. Quantum of Solace is another one that happened during the writer's strike.
Quantum of Solace was decent because I remember playing the PlayStation game.
Yeah.
And that was
so
good.
that like Daniel Craig and the director were writing that on set as they were making it because there was no writers. Right. So for what it should have been, it's fine. It's a fine movie.
Sorry, I have seen Quantum of Solace as well.
And then Skyfall's pure banger. Skyfall's great. And then I heard Spectre was bad and I didn't care enough, so I was just like, I'm just not going to watch it. But I will watch it in the lead up to Old Mate, No Time to Die.
Yeah. Alright.
He's going to have plenty of time to die because he's going to die in it.
Yes.
Very obvious. Daniel Craig has made it very clear he's never doing James Bond again.
It was very clear that he wasn't going to do this one to begin with.
So,
and then somehow
they must have given him a cool death.
They went,
money. They must have given him a cool death or something. He's like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I get hit by my own Aston Martin somehow. I fall out.
He does the whole Bond sequence shooting of the bim bim, and it just ricochets back and smacks him in the head. And that's how it ends. I'm predicting the ending now.
This has been the You Like That podcast again. For another week, we're on a run of not very good movies.
We'll get there.
We'll find something to do next week. Subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, which you probably are statistically. Most people do watch it on YouTube. Subscribe, like. It's very easy. It's 2 clicks. We only put up 1 to 2 videos a week, so we won't clog up your sub box.
Please.
And follow us on Spotify. Chuck up your screenshots on Instagram.
We will retweet and
drop questions when we ask for them, because sometimes we fucking need the lifeline like we did this week.
Yes, and it's got us well because it got us to the hour mark, so I'm happy.
Thank you very much for your questions. Thanks for your engagement. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I have been Jack. I will remain to be Jack. Even when the movies are bad, I will still be Jack.
And much like the New
Mutants...
One half
of the Like That podcast.
Oh, fuck. And much like the New Mutants, my name is Adam. I am the other half of the You Like That podcast. I'll remain to be the other half of the You Like That podcast.
What's it got to do with the New Mutants?
I just wanted to chuck it in one last time.
Was there another joke?
No, because I was trying to think of it on the fly. My name is Adam, been the other of the You Like That podcast. We'll see you again
Okay,
next week.
We'll be back next week. We'll see you then.